silk. It's so cute.
Well, I hope so. I made them myself.
You made it? It's amazing.
Thank you.
Want to see something I made?
You made something? I'd love to see it. Wow, they're beautiful. What do you call them?
I call it Forget-Me-Not. It's so small, so easily forgotten. So with this name, it can't be forgotten.
Yes. Say, could I call you that? Forget-Me-Not? I call myself Rose after my creation.
Of course. Our creations are so similar. We should make more of them so they aren't lonely.
Well, of course, it would be easy to make more just like them.
But why just two? Why not add more color?
Well, we have us in our two creations. Do we really need more? They're enough as is, colorful enough as is. Variation will come with time.
Oh, but they'll get lonely. What about a chrysanthemum?
Forget-Me-Not. You can't keep doing that. One creation is enough. You'll do us both in the world we live in.
Rose is just one new creation. You can balance it with one of your own. Forget the blood red of your petals. You have no thorns like the thistles. You can hurt me not. I won't ruin us. Here, look at our creations.
Forget this silliness. You've gone mad.
Rose, if you're so angry, you can take your creation and leave. Ow!
Thorns.
I thought I could trust
You
you.
still can. I swear it.
I don't believe you.
Look, all of my creations develop thorns. I guess the rose just developed them before you picked it up.
You created thistles? Well, I suppose our creations already coexist.
You forgive me so easily?
Our creations are beautiful. We should make more like these. What do you call them?
Flowers.
That's the perfect name. I like it. Flowers and thorns.
Hello, superheroes, supervillains, and citizens of Metropolis City. We at the Metropolis City Supervillain Workers Union interrupt your viewing experience to give this announcement. I am Willoughby Wadsworth. Yes, that Wadsworth. Many of you know me and my story. I've been the loyal employee to many supervillains. From Chief Henchperson to his evilness, Lord Nemesis, to the esteemed position of Minion of the Month, to Judith from Accounting. My resume boasts many supervillains. But what many of you don't know is that I'm also the elected president of the Metropolis City Supervillain Workers Union, the MCSWU. Here at the MCSWU, we strive to protect the rights of those in the employment of supervillains. Your rights as workers don't disappear when you enter the world of supers. Having spent the majority of my career in the field of villain, I've seen my fair share of evils. But the worst evil I have come across is the lack of safe working conditions. That's the real. To any supervillain watching, I do not care if abandoned buildings fit with your aesthetic or good acoustics or monologuing. You are putting you and your workers at risk. And no one wants to be the supervillain who has sued millions for negligence. Take it from our very own Vice President, Florian Jones.
After my accident, MCSWU was able to help me find the legal and emotional support I needed after the warehouse I was working in collapsed. With their help, I was able to file a report and work to seeing all my coworkers die. Now, I work to help prevent these accidents before we become the tragic backstory in someone else's life. Join us today, and we all might be able to make it into the sequel. Yay.
Whether it's a lack of maternity leave, or little to no health plans or insurance, or degrading and abusive language from the supervillain in your life, the Metropolis City Supervillain Workers Union is here for you. And remember, folks, a supervillain that doesn't treat their workers right isn't a supervillain. They're just a bad guy.
Hello, Mr. Roberts. I'm Dr. Evelyn Felt. I trust you read the documents provided about this meeting, but there's some things I need to go over before we begin. First, understand that this session will end if you make any obscene or threatening comments or gestures. Second, we can't proceed until I finish the introduction.
You're not proctoring the exam. Why does this even matter?
I understand your frustration, Mr. Roberts, but this is strict protocol.
Fine. Go ahead.
Second, any attempt to break free from your restraints will result in not only the termination of this session, but of a more painful experience in your upcoming departure.
Departure?
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Roberts. I'm sorry about all that.
Call me John, please.
Okay. John, you didn't write down any topics of conversation on the form. How would you like to begin?
I don't know. I guess I thought I knew in the moment, but I have no clue.
A lot of people choose to reflect on happy memories. John?
Happy memories? Haven't been a whole lot of them.
Do you have any friends?
I had a really good one. He overdosed a few months after we moved in together. Either of us could afford an apartment on our own. And I don't want to talk about this.
That's okay. We don't have to.
Do you think a lot about death, Dr. Fowle?
How could I not?
Is this your only job?
Basically, yeah.
How many coworkers do you have?
You mean how many other people do what I do?
Yeah.
I have a couple of people who fill in for me when I'm sick or on a break or in cases of overlap. But I'm the main person.
You're pretty young for this.
I could say the same to you.
What? To die?
I didn't.
How'd you get this job?
I created it,
It was all your idea?
essentially.
What exactly do you feel you've accomplished?
I think everyone deserves company in their final hours. A chance to talk and reflect.
You wouldn't even let me make a phone call.
That's not under my jurisdiction. I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
I'm sorry.
You work for the government that's about to execute me without a trial.
I am here to talk and to listen. I have nothing to do with why you're here or what's going to happen to you.
No. You just get your paycheck because of it. You stay complacent, and you get to ignore the system you benefit from because you're helping people. You get to go home and crack them a bottle of nice wine while your daily patient gets poison pumped through their veins.
I don't drink. Do you wish your plan had succeeded, Mr. Roberts?
Yes. Death would have actually done something.
What exactly do you feel you would have accomplished?
Something gets broken past a certain point. You can't fix it anymore. You've got to destroy it and build something else.
And you wanted to be a catalyst for that destruction.
and an example. I'm not delusional. I know I wasn't some martyr. We wanted to inspire people, show them they could take a stand, be the beginning of the end, or the new beginning.
By blowing up a government building.
Destruction paves the way.
So, killing hundreds of people is okay because it's healthy?
Sometimes death is necessary for change.
Exactly. I'd like you to try and find some peace here. You only get one shot at this. If there's
I'm
any...
chained to a chair.
Yes,
You want me to find inner peace?
I...
What do you think happens after?
I think my personal opinion doesn't affect you. It's what you believe that matters.
Stop trying to be a mirror. You're a person. I want to talk to a person.
I think, most likely, there's nothing else. Or there is something, but it's far beyond our comprehension.
When I was little, I used to believe in heaven.
What about now?
All that stuff just stopped making sense to me. I guess it's nice to think we know why we're here, and where we're going, and what we've got to do to get there. But we don't. We've got no clue. People like to feel in control. Admitting they don't know means admitting they're not in the driver's seat. They're just along for the ride.
I don't disagree.
Do you feel in control, Dr. Feld? Sitting across from people who are about to die, knowing you'll go on living, does it make you feel powerful?
I wouldn't say that.
What do you feel right now?
As I said, John, we're here to talk about your thoughts and emotions.
No, you said we could talk about what I wanted, right?
Yes, but the purpose of this is for you.
I'm about to die. I'm about to die. You don't get to be not involved. You're a part of this conversation. This is just another day of work for you, but it's the end of my life. I'm a person. I want to talk to a person. You get so many people's endings. You'll carry their last moments around with you for the rest of your life. That's a special thing. And you chose it. So you don't get to not involve yourself. The least you can do is be present. You're in this moment. Be a part of it.
I refrain from sharing many personal thoughts and details to maintain a safe emotional distance from my patients, who are usually terrorists and murderers.
Please, we both know the government just tosses anyone they like in here nowadays.
Why do you care so much about the terms of your death?
I told you before I wanted to say goodbye to this shit world by doing something to change it.
No!
Excuse me?
You were afraid to make actual change. You looked around and you didn't like what you saw. And instead of trying to improve it, you tried to blow a piece of it up, along with yourself.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just
Look,
sharing my thoughts, John. I thought you wanted me to be part of the conversation. Is something wrong?
You bitch.
I'm afraid we're done here.
Wait, no, you can't.
This section is now ending due to your use of obscene language.
No, I barely.
Goodbye, Mr. Roberts.
You can't do this, please. Please don't. I'm sorry. Come back. I don't want to be alone. We were supposed to have an hour. Please. It wasn't supposed to go like this, you bitch. Come back here. Don't just leave me to die. Don't just leave me here. Please.
Hey folks, thanks for coming out tonight. It is the first weekend of Pride Month, so I'd be a little surprised if no one was planning on coming out tonight. Good to see you here at our Student as Creator show. It's been chaos. But I am proud to say, in the words of songwriter and singer Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire. However, if you are looking for some adventure, no one beats a group of theater kids. Personally, I am a firm believer that anything can be an adventure. If it happens to the right person, that is. Take the American public transit system. Trains are the most hardcore form of transportation. Obviously, you can't go riding off to save the day on a community rental bike. First of all, they cost too much. You have to pay by the minute for those things. If you're anything like me, though, trains feel like something from an alternate universe. Or from Europe. Same difference. In movies, people are hopping on and off trains all day. I have seen more bad guys fought on trains than, like, actual daily commuters. The train for my own personal misadventure, though, wasn't exactly the express to the North Pole or a certain school of magic. It was an Amtrak taking my grandmother to Syracuse. So here she is with her ticket. She's got on the train, settling down. And my mother and I are just there to help her put her luggage in the overhead bins. And I'm doing this. And I feel the train lurch. And I look out the window, and the trees are moving closer. You never forget the first time you stow away on a train. Now, of course, for any proper adventure, the next ingredient is a few friends, some allies, people who have your back, you know? The thing is, though, you have to be careful. Friends can betray you, can stab you in the back. Friends can tell you that they have too much science homework and can't deal with your nonsense this evening. That, my friends, is known as high school. Now, you know what they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Now I have some questions about this, because the whole arrangement just feels a little uncomfortable. So about an hour ago, I'm sitting at a table chatting with my friends. Where exactly am I expected to stash the enemies? Even worse. When you're taking a road trip with your friends, and there's no room in the trunk. The point is, folks, leave your enemies alone. Don't start fires. Don't stow away on trains, and have a good night.
I am the magnificent Griffin. Surely you've heard of me. I've traveled all over the world solving quests and solving mysteries. I, Griffin, am here in the Mandrake Woods to meet someone.
And 40 steps to the north, I should be here. Ah, here I am. So, Griffin, it's you. I shouldn't be surprised.
What do you mean you shouldn't be surprised? Who are you?
Typical Griffin. You venture all over the world and you always act the same. I know you, Griffin. I know you well. You'll see in due time. Now, I suppose we both know why we're here, don't we?
Yes, I suppose we do. Or at least I know why I'm here. Why are you here? Who are you?
Who I am is of no importance to you. What I mean to you is, you see, you've been doing the same thing in the world for a long time now. Killing monsters, going from town to town, taking odd jobs and quests. It was a quest that sent you here, was it not?
Yes. Wait, how come you're the only one who asks questions? Who are you? What do you want from me?
Oh, I don't want anything from you. But the world calls you, Griffin. It needs you.
And what more could I possibly give? I have battled the evilest of monsters. I've solved the toughest of mysteries and battled with the toughest of criminals. What more could I possibly give?
Finally, a good question. You see, you've been killing monsters deemed bad by the people in charge, solved mysteries that the authorities should have been able to handle themselves, and caught criminals punished for acts that shouldn't have been outlawed in the first place. Now you see, you need to get out there, make the world a better place. Don't just do what's expected of you, make it your own. Every other powerful fighter before you has done everything you've done. Be the one to bring change. Treat people based on how they act rather than how they're presented to you by others. People are one of the categories they fall under. You, of all people, should know that. Leave me. Go help the world.
So you think you know everything, do you? You're the wise one, the one above everybody else. Veer, I should have figured it out sooner. I don't know what you want, but you aren't here out of the goodness of your heart.
I know you.
No! You know parts of me, like I know parts of you, but you don't know all of me. I do the things, the little things like you asked. I help people, I don't only act on the king's mind. But you don't see it, do you? You see me as my profession, a fighter, but you don't see my personality. You tell me to go out there and help people, to not judge people by the groups they're associated with, but here you are, doing exactly that.
Griffin, I thought you were better than this. You go out and kill innocent creatures just because someone told you to, and you say you're doing the right thing?
One thing I've killed that hasn't hurt someone.
The devil toad, the Nurgle.
You saying that beast didn't hurt anyone? It killed 4 people.
Well, it didn't kill them exactly, just turn them into a different sort of creature.
So turning people into contagious flesh-eating zombies isn't harmful. I've played this game before. I've done it a dozen times. You're just trying to undermine me, aren't you? You're jealous, and you want me to stop.
No, I'm not jealous of you. I would never be jealous of you.
All right, if you say so. I'm going to remember this beer, this walk, these woods, where you tried to convince me that I was doing the wrong thing. You won't fool me.
Your loss. You'll be to blame for the disruption that's about to occur. You won't have enough proof to be found innocent either.
Threaten me all you want, Beer. We aren't children anymore. I'm not afraid of you.
You should be.
I thought you were nice. Once.
Your mistake. Goodbye, Griffin.
Goodbye, Beer.
Walk in a straight line, single file. Here's how to spell. Let's write a T in cursive. Wait, write it in print instead. We don't just share our ideas, so if you have a treat, make sure to bring enough for everyone.
Those who follow the directions more will receive more attention from their peers and teachers. Those who don't will be labeled as troublemakers, bad apples, or even problem kids for a very long time.
Here's how to solve an equation. No, not that way. Yes, even if you get the right answer, can we make sure not to get sidetracked? Understanding the ins and outs of math minutes will be integral to your future plans. As you grow up, things will start to get much harder. This kind of stuff won't fly in middle school. Your high school teachers won't tolerate this. Do you remember learning this skill? You'll need it next year.
There's no equation between getting good grades and being smart.
Don't worry too much. You should be more worried about this.
Words can be more powerful than fists.
Have you started thinking about what classes you want to take in high school?
Many of the troublemakers are actually amazing people. Strive to be your most authentic self at all times. Ignore anyone who's bothering you.
What's your major? What do you want to be when you grow up? Kids should already have an idea of what they want to do with the rest of their lives.
Cramming for tests doesn't serve you well.
You have 1 hour and 30 minutes to complete the multiple choice section of this exam.
Tell someone how you feel about them, even if there's a possibility of getting rejected.
Don't stress about school. Colleges don't like students who are well-rounded. Figure out how to manage your time when you're assigned a 10-page outline, 2 essays, a PowerPoint project. Oh, and don't forget reading a 200-page book as well. Students who follow directions should be taking at least 3 AP classes.
Take some electives, even if that means not taking as many APs. I promise it will help you in the long run. Tell your friends how much they mean to you. Ignore anyone who doesn't give you the same energy you give them.
Here's how to balance a budget and communicate with others effectively.
Be kind.
You should take pride in what you have accomplished.
There's no shame in being weird because deep down, so is everyone.
Have some fun during your senior year.
Maybe don't release cockroaches into the school library, but have some.
The word excited is not a cognate in French.
Make connections with your teachers. It's okay to be scared for what is to come. It's okay to not have a clear path in life.
It's going to be okay. Walk in a straight line, single file. As you receive your diploma, make sure to give a firm handshake.
Oh, and one more thing. Mitochondria is not the powerhouse of the cell.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess. Indeed, she was the most beautiful princess in the land. And she lived, as princesses do, in a gorgeous, enormous palace, with hundreds of servants to cater to her every whim. Of course, the beautiful princess was not alone in the palace. She was married to a handsome prince. Yes, a handsome prince who ruled the kingdom with her. But despite her seemingly perfect, the beautiful princess and handsome prince were married and quite in love. But despite her seemingly perfect life, the beautiful princess was not happy. There was something in her life that was making her very unhappy. The beautiful princess had no children. Although she and the handsome prince had tried very hard, nothing had worked. After a very long time, the beautiful princess and handsome prince were ready to give up. But before all hope was lost, one night, a magical fairy appeared in the throne room. The magical fairy told the beautiful princess and the handsome prince that they would bless the couple with a child, with one condition. Once the child was fully grown, it would return to the fairy kingdom as payment. The prince and princess were so desperate and lonely that they agreed to the magical fairy's bargain. With a wave of their wand, the beautiful princess became pregnant. And everything in the kingdom was happy again. After 9 months, the beautiful princess had a beautiful baby girl. As time passed, the beautiful princess and handsome prince came to a decision. They wanted another baby. Yes, another child will make her the happiest princess in the world. It would complete her entire life, making the whole kingdom the best place to live in the entire... Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Wait,
What is this?
it's your story. Why? What's your problem?
My problem? My problem is that my story sucks.
I'll have you know, audiences around the world love my fairy tales. I've been paid a lot of money to write this one.
I have no idea why someone would pay for a direct like this. I mean, none of this makes sense. Why do I want a baby? What's the order of succession in this kingdom? Where did he come from?
I don't know. He's a prince. He's a prince and you're a princess. That's how you're supposed to go.
Supposed to go? Let me see it. Wow. You know what? This is terrible. I mean,
And then later, she died of old age. The end.
what kind of ending is that?
I'd like to see you do better.
Maybe I will. There. Now go on, read it.
Okay. So, it came to pass that the beautiful princess and the handsome prince realized they didn't really have anything in common, and they decided to get a divorce. And the beautiful princess graciously agreed to give the handsome prince full custody of their baby. Now that the beautiful princess finally had her enormous palace to herself, she sat down on her balcony to relax. And could she please have another one of those delicious drinks with the little umbrellas? There. Are you happy now? Great. And I just want to say one more